What's up, guys? Ben here with Tactical Nutrition, and in this video I want to talk about how your workout is a stimulus for your results. It's not where the results come from. It's simply a stimulus to create a cascade of hormonal responses that, if you do the right nutrition and recovery plan, will lead to your desired outcome. So without further ado, let's go into what I'm talking about here. And why most people are not working out properly, which is nothing new from anyone that's spent a lot of time in the gym as a trainer. That's why a lot of people don't get the results. One of the many reasons why people go to the gym for year after year, get very frustrated because there's a lot of conflicting information out there. But basically what I'm saying here is, let's say you're a younger person, you're trying to add muscle, which should be everyone's goal, basically, pretty much regardless of your age, sex, goal, unless you have a very specific athletic goal, sports specific training, something like that. But if you add muscle, it's going to help you burn fat. It's going to make you look toned. You're not going to get, it's very hard to get overly bulky, as most people know. So the goal is to add muscle, right? Add muscle, burn fat. So in order to do that, you have to create that kind of hormonal response. Now there's a couple different hormones here: testosterone, growth hormone, IGF. These are things that your body creates in response to a proper workout that will cause it to, like growth hormone, for instance, despite the name, will actually cause your body to become leaner. Testosterone builds muscle, and IGF is like insulin-like growth factor, which also causes different means for muscle growth. So the problem most people are making in the gym is, and I'm targeting guys, younger guys. So if you're a new gym goer or you're even intermediate and you think you know it all, you don't. So what happens is people go in and they tend to do what they see other people doing. There's kind of like that set exercises that a lot of people do. For instance, a lot of isolation movements, which is like when you're moving one joint at a time, that's what's called an isolation movement. So whether that's tricep extensions, bicep curls, shoulder raises, stuff like that, only one joint is actually flexing. In this case, it's my shoulder joint. So that's called an isolation move. Now, what happens is you're isolating a very small muscle. So you might get a good burn, and they have their uses, don't get me wrong. What happens is, like, when you're only getting one muscle at a time, you're getting very small testosterone release. I like to equate it to like a sponge. Your body is like wringing out a sponge. All of your muscle, as you're using it, it's kind of like it's getting wrung out. That's not really how it works. It's just an analogy, so don't come at me in the comments. But it's releasing testosterone and these different types of hormones that your body needs. It's causing the release, right? The muscle itself is not releasing. But so what people need to be doing is compound movements. So compound movements are when you use more than one joint. Example: squat, lunges, deadlifts, presses, shoulder presses, bench presses, rows, pull-ups, things like that, right? Good mornings. Because if you think about a squat, you're actually getting you're getting several joints moving. You're getting knee flexion, you're getting hip flexion. With deadlifts, it's the same deal. And so what also happens, you can use a lot more weight with these. So like your deadlift and squat is going to be your strongest movement, should be. Pretty much your deadlift for most people is going to be your strongest movement. So when you move more weight, as a rule, you're going to elicit more growth hormone and testosterone release if you're doing it properly. Again, I'm not going to go into all the different topics here about how many reps you should be doing, how many sets, what percentage of your 1 rep max. These are all things that you should have an idea what you're doing anyway. The key point is this. When I say a full body workout to people, they'll say, "Oh, I did full body today." Well, what did you do? And then they list off a bunch of accessories, how they broke it down into one muscle at a time, and they did all these different things. So they did shoulder raises, they did bicep curls, and then they did tricep extensions, and then leg extensions, and then hamstring curls. And it's like, yes, you hit a lot of different muscle groups, but these are all isolation moves causing there's small strain on the body. What you need to do is, what I did personally when I was in college, So I was like 18. You know, I was at 100, I think I was 170 pounds at my same height, 6'4". So I've put on 40 to fluctuate between 40 and 50 pounds of just pure muscle up to now on that frame. But as I was learning in school, learning from strength coaches, learning from people in the gym, because I went to school for it as well, so I had a lot of good professors, I would do bench, squat, deadlift 3 times a week. And then I would do other stuff after that, but that was my main movements. 5x5, 3x10, whatever. Pretty heavy weight, pretty taxing weight. And eat like a horse. Now, what happened was I was able to put on a lot of muscle fairly quickly over the next couple of years without any type of PEDs. And the reason was I was creating the proper stimulus in the gym. I was manipulating a lot of muscle at one time, and as a instinct, your body is going to respond by getting bigger in all those different muscle groups, which means it needs more hormone release. If it's just a tricep extension, your body doesn't need to release that much testosterone and growth hormone. But when you're doing heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, your whole body's sore the next day, every muscle's been taxed, your body's like, okay, this is a huge response. We really need to super compensate to add muscle to everything. So you get a lot of testosterone, and then you eat a lot. So if you're not eating a lot while you're doing this, or you're eating improperly, then you're not going to get the desired result. But I hope that wasn't like too all over the place. What I'm saying is stick to the compound movements. If you are a guy and you're struggling to add weight and you're naturally skinny, or even if you're like a bigger bone guy, but you're just trying to get a lot stronger, a lot faster, squats, deadlifts, even squats are going to help your upper body grow. Deadlifts are definitely going to help your upper body grow. Even though you think it's a leg exercise, you don't necessarily get sore. Even things like power cleans. These things all need to be used, and most people don't use them in the gym. So that's another reason also to, like, you should hire a coach at some point. You should read books on this stuff. You should learn the basics, because most people have no idea. And why should they? You know, you're not really learning. Nobody learns this in school. Most people just kind of learn this from their friends. Like, oh, my friend works out a lot, so he told me to do this, and you don't know if it's right or not. You're just doing what he did. And just following someone that's really big, they might have been naturally big to begin with, so you don't even know if you're doing it properly. But the whole point of this video, guys, is think of the workout more, get more technical just with the way you think about it. You can still have fun and do your little exercises, but get the proper order. Do the big stuff first, right? Just like anything else, hit the foundations first, and then go into the smaller muscle groups at the end of the workout, and you'll be able to break down everything into a nice and hit everything the way it needs to be hit. Then follow the nutrition plan, find out your macros. You need to know your carbs, your protein numbers, your fat numbers. You need to be in the ballpark with these. You need to be consistent. You need to really focus on nutrition and getting good quality sleep and drinking plenty of clean water, getting the vitamins and minerals that you need, a good multivitamin supplementation, things like that. You will get your results. I promise you. I've had hundreds of people I've helped over my life have drastic changes. I wish I would have taken a lot more results pictures of people at the first few gyms I worked at, but honestly, I never thought that I'd be like doing online coaching like this. So I actually don't even have results pictures for a lot of these people, but I help people put on 30, 40, 50 pounds of muscle, significantly dropping their body fat in the process. This is like a shameless plug, because if you think about it, if you just add muscle and don't lose any fat at all, your body fat percentage will drop because you've got more percentage of muscle. So it's not just about losing weight, it's also about just adding muscle. Anyway, guys, hope that helps. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. DM me for any coaching inquiries. Check me out on Instagram, Tactical Nutrition Fit. I will talk to you guys later.